Right now, somewhere in Australia, a brand new car is sitting on a dealer lot with plastic still on the seats, 0 kilometres on the clock, and nobody buying it. What happens next is something the industry has never been keen to advertise. We're counting down 10 fates awaiting these forgotten vehicles, from hidden financial pressure all the way to deliberate destruction. Number 10 starts where every unsold car's trouble begins. In the 10th place, the real story of every unsold new car starts with floor plan finance. On the surface, a dealer lot might look like a showroom, but each vehicle is actually a debt ticking away in the background. Dealers don't own this stock outright, they borrow to put it on display, paying daily interest from the moment a car arrives. For a $40,000 vehicle, that's around $150 to $200 every month just in interest, not including admin fees. The 3-month mark is when the pressure ramps up as holding costs start to eat into any potential profit. With over 3,500 franchise dealers across Australia, this hidden burden shapes every pricing decision, every discount, and every urgent sales pitch. It's a financial treadmill that few buyers ever see, but it drives everything that happens next behind the scenes. Number 9. The colour and specification mismatch problem quietly shapes the fate of countless new cars across Australia. More than 60% of new car registrations each year are white, silver or grey, according to FCAI data. When a dealer orders burnt orange hatchbacks or deep burgundy SUVs, those vehicles can linger unsold for half a year, regardless of their build quality or brand reputation. Even mainstream models from major manufacturers aren't immune if the trim level is out of sync with what buyers actually want. Mid-spec variants tend to move fastest, while stripped-back or over-equipped versions often miss the mark. In the end, it's not a defect in the car, but a simple misread of buyer preferences that can doom perfectly good stock to months of mounting interest costs and urgent discounting. 8th place, the discount spiral is where the pressure behind the scenes finally breaks into public view. When a new car sits unsold for 4 to 6 months, the dealer's only way out is to start slashing prices, often by $3,000 to $8,000 or more off the drive-away figure. This isn't generosity, it's a last-ditch effort to clear aging stock before the interest bill wipes out any hope of profit. Once a car passes the 3-month mark, negotiation shifts from routine haggling to real urgency. The smartest question a buyer can ask is simple: how long has this exact car been sitting here? The answer might reveal more than any sales pitch ever could. Number 7. The demo reclassification marks the point of no return for an unsold new car. When discounting fails to move a vehicle, dealers may register it to themselves, instantly shifting its status from brand new to demonstrator. This process often adds just a few hundred kilometres, but the impact is dramatic. From that moment, the car can never again be sold as new in Australia. Redbook's data puts the first-year depreciation for a newly registered vehicle at 15 to 20%. Value lost the moment the registration papers are signed, not when the odometer ticks over. For buyers, the first registration date matters as much as the mileage. A low-kilometre demo with full warranty can offer real value, but only if you understand when its clock started ticking. This is the hidden shift in market identity that no one in the showroom will ever mention. Number 6. Fleet fire sales to mining companies and government departments reveal a side of the new car market that most buyers never see. When retail demand dries up, slow-moving stock is quietly absorbed by institutional buyers, entities that operate on an entirely different playing field. Fleet and government channels account for well over 40% of annual new car registrations in Australia, with major volumes heading to Western Australian mining operations, Commonwealth and state departments, airport rental fleets, and corporate lease programs. These buyers negotiate in bulk, often securing prices far below what any private customer could hope for. A mid-size SUV, originally destined for a suburban Canberra driveway, might be reassigned to a Pilbara construction site, clocking up thousands of kilometres as a pool vehicle. For dealers, this is less about retail salesmanship and more about shifting inventory as a commodity. The scale of these transactions shows just how much of the Australian new car market never depends on walk-in customers or glossy showroom displays. Instead, a significant slice of stock is redirected behind the scenes, reinforcing the reality that the fate of an unsold car is often decided in boardrooms and procurement offices, not on the showroom floor. Number 5. Wholesale auctions are where the last traces of retail optimism vanish. When a new car has outstayed its welcome on the lot, and even bulk fleet buyers pass it over, dealers turn to trade-only auctions run by operators like Pickles Auctions and Mannheim. These events are closed to the public, only licensed dealers can bid, and the numbers reveal the real pain point. A car that once wore a $42,000 sticker can clear at auction for $31,000 or less, the difference wiped off the original dealer's books in a single hammerfall. The loss is immediate and unvarnished, no glossy sales pitch, just the stark reality of liquidation. Most buyers never see this side of the business, but it's here that the true gap between retail price and market value is exposed. The car itself isn't finished though. It might reappear through another dealer, a used car lot, or even as part of a secondary disposal channel, its journey shaped by a process no one in a showroom will ever mention. Number 4. Cross-Tasman export to New Zealand takes unsold new cars out of the Australian market entirely. Right-hand drive compatibility gives Australia options that left-hand drive countries simply don't have. New Zealand shares not just the steering wheel position, but also buyer taste and regulatory standards, making it a natural destination for stock that failed to move on local lots. The short sea route from Brisbane to Auckland means a car that sat idle in Queensland can end up registered and driving on New Zealand roads within weeks. Roll-on, roll-off shipping keeps costs down, allowing entire batches of unsold vehicles, often in those ever-popular white, silver or grey shades, to cross the Tasman in bulk. For dealers, this is more than a last resort. It's a systemic release valve for inventory that's run out of chances at home. The car leaves the Australian retail channel behind, starting a new life in a market where it might finally find a buyer. Coming to the top 3, manufacturer clearance programs and end-of-model runouts mark the moment when the rules of the game change. At this stage, it's no longer just about dealer-level tactics. The manufacturer itself steps in, often injecting cash support directly into the deal, extending warranties, or offering heavily subsidised finance rates. These campaigns are timed with surgical precision, usually as a replacement model is about to arrive. Suddenly, a car that was full price only months earlier can fall $10,000 or more below its peak, even though nothing has changed mechanically. For buyers, this is a rare window when the life cycle clock, not the car's features, drives the discount. A vehicle that's technically new but officially run out can become a bargain simply because the brand needs to clear the way for the next generation. The real opportunity is hidden in the timing, not the spec sheet, a fact few in the showroom will ever admit. Number 2, regulatory non-compliance and forced stock removal is where the fate of a new car is decided not by buyers or dealers, but by Australian law. Every vehicle sold in Australia must meet the current Australian design rules, covering everything from emissions to safety and electronic systems. When those standards change, cars already in the country can suddenly become unsellable, even if they're brand new and never driven. If a batch of vehicles arrives just as a new emissions rule takes effect, manufacturers face a hard choice: spend thousands per car to retrofit and bring them into compliance, or remove them from sale entirely. This isn't a theoretical risk. Real-world stock has been stranded between the factory and the showroom by updates to side impact protection, mandatory electronic stability control, or new fuel consumption limits. For buyers, this legal deadline can trigger sharp discounts on the last compliant models as dealers rush to clear them before the new rules bite. Meanwhile, non-compliant cars may be quietly shipped out of the market, repurposed for non-road use, or in rare cases, destroyed. The rules are absolute. If a car doesn't comply, it cannot be sold, no matter how much money is at stake. And finally, in first place, deliberate destruction stands as the most extreme fate for unsold new cars in Australia. In rare but very real cases, manufacturers authorise the crushing or shredding of brand new, unregistered vehicles, cars that have never carried a customer, never left the lot except on a transporter. This is not the result of a transport mishap or accident in storage. It is a calculated decision triggered when the cost to fix a defect, update compliance, or store the vehicle outweighs any possible return. Sometimes the motive is even starker, protecting the brand's residual values across the entire model line. Deep discounting can damage the resale price of thousands of cars already on the road, so destroying a handful of unsold units becomes the lesser evil. Superseded stock, especially after a major model update, can also be removed from the market in this way to avoid undercutting the price of the incoming replacement. The scale is quietly staggering. A vehicle can be built overseas, shipped, insured, financed, and stored on an Australian lot for months, only to be destroyed without a single buyer ever sitting behind the wheel. This is the side of the business that never appears in a glossy brochure or a sales pitch, yet it reveals the industry's harshest priority. Sometimes the best commercial outcome is for a car to disappear entirely. Across all 10 fates, one truth stands out. What happens to unsold cars is driven by hidden financial urgency and brand strategy, not consumer demand. This is the part of the industry nobody in a showroom will ever mention. Have you bought a demo or run-out car? Share your story below.